Welcome to Deeper. This is an episode on all things sex brought to you by Adam and Eve. I'm Dr. Jenni Schuyler. I'm the resident sexologist for Adam and Eve. I am a certified sex therapist and licensed marriage and family therapist. So today's 30-minute conversation is a deep dive into topic of the month right now, which is how to winterize your relationship and cultivate sexual practices that keep intimacy alive all winter long. So what I want to invite you to do is imagine a place in your home where you can get cozy, you can get intimate, and you can set up your sexual scene. Before you set up your sexual scene, I really want to invite you into also thinking about this as something outside of intercourse, because sometimes we get lost in the social script that sex has to look a particular way and follow a particular script, and it creates a particular anxiety. So winter is about less daylight, more darkness, more coziness, and so what I want to show you is my setup. What I call this is the sacred nest. So I'm going to move to the side. What you can see here is a sweet little space, a rug here that I have set up. So that's part one. Then we get to be really creative. In our cozy nest, we can add all the sensory objects that is going to amplify our experience. So I'm going to give you a bunch of different examples here of sensory experiences, but let me talk about the rationale why. So oftentimes when we have sex, we follow this script. We're trying to be performative, or we're trying to get to our orgasmic goal, and we miss out on the journey and all the delicious sensations that go with it. And those sensations include our five senses. So sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. So we don't want to leave anything out when we think about our sacred space or our nest or our ambiance. So as we get cozy, we really want to think about this for yourself or with a partner, especially right now where the world feels a little precarious and unsettled. Thanksgiving's around the corner. A lot of us are staying pretty isolated and insular, and so this is a really great time to get cozy with yourself or a loved one, or your family, whatever is your situation, and just really allow the coziness to be your choice, right? If you can invite in this coziness and invite in your little nest as your choice, we feel better about it. Plus, it can enhance our intimacy. So double win here for all of this. All right, let's talk about different sensations. First and foremost is, for me, I like to think about food and what am I gonna taste and what am I gonna drink. So I have here a sweet little plate. I don't know if you can see it as well. Maybe I'll move back. I have on my plate, I have an orange, and you can't see them, but I have a few chocolate chips. I love chocolate chips, and I love fruit, and I love the blend of these things. What I also have here is my bottle of red wine and 2 cups, one for my husband, one for myself, so that we can sit together with our cozy experience here, the leaf and the wine and our cups, and there we are, set up for our drink and our food. And breaking bread with another person is just a nice way to enter into a relaxation place. So that's why I start with taste, because our taste buds are the portal into our sensation and our sensuality. And sex starts with our sensuality. So I like to start there. Start wherever you want, but I'm just going to give you an example of what I do to just role model some ways to enhance our sensuality and our sensory experience. So juicy orange, really juicy, especially if you can watch your partner suck on the orange, like that's kind of sexy. Always fun to do. Chocolate, especially dark chocolate, is an aphrodisiac. And these are small chocolate chips, but if you take one at a time, it slows you down. Slowing yourself down allows for a more mindful experience, which is really good because then we can be present in our body. We can track our pleasure. We can track pleasure of taste, right? If I was to pour my glass of red wine, I mean, why not? It's right here. I might do a few things. I might smell it. I might look at it. It's really beautiful, right? Sense of sight. And then I might taste it. It's good. I should have opened it earlier and let it aerate out. But what I'm doing is I'm mindfully taking this all in, right? We got a lot of time on our hands right now. Winter, you got a lot more time potentially on your hands. We're cozy, maybe we're cold. What we want to really do is enhance our mindfulness and our sensations. Okay, so that's the wine, that's the taste. Let's move to the next sense. Let's see, I like to work with sounds. So what am I listening to? I have a great speaker here. And I have something set up on my phone for music in terms of a Sonos system for my speaker. And I might put this speaker at the side and play whatever I want to play. Sometimes I'm in the mood for song bowls. Song bowls are those Tibetan round bowls that if you hit the gong, you can kind of feel the vibration, but they also sound really relaxing. It's a very full-bodied experience. So I have a song list of that. Sometimes I want to play a little hip hop or R&B, sometimes a little country. You kind of go with the flow of what you're in the mood for, but really ask your body or maybe ask your partner, what will help me feel embodied and be in my movement and in my flow? And that may change from night to night. No judgment on it, but having something accessible as part of your ritual nest will help that experience. So that's sound. Pick the music you want, maybe have a few different playlists to choose from, just so you have options, right? It's good to have options because then we feel like we have choice. If we have choice, we feel like we have freedom. Okay, next let's do visual. Visual, I like to think about visual as light or lack of light. So here we go. Sometimes I have a few different candle sets. So this is one beautiful candle set that I might stick in the middle of my rug for my nest. I have a few other fun candles. This has a little bit longer, softer light than my black setup. So up to you kind of what mood you're in, if you're in for a little more, dark and sensual or light and airy. Feel your mood, right? That's important. Or I have a very cool new candle, actually from one of you guys listening in, parallel candles. And this is really cool. I just received this in the mail. Not only is this a candle, but it's a massage oil and a moisturizer balm and has CBD in it. So once I light it, I can take this and apply it to places on my body that may feel like there's some pain, which is great for this experience because not only does it smell good and you have your nose covered, sorry, I didn't mean to give you the finger here. You have your nose covered for the sense of smell. You have sight for the candle, but you also have touch, right? This touch feels really good, has healing qualities, and you can touch yourself or your partner on spots that may need a little more love and tenderness, which is awesome because then we're including another sense, touch. So this is awesome for all of that. So these are some options in terms of our visual. If we want to take away our visual, right? When we think about the five senses, it's not always about what we can see, it's sometimes what we can't see. Because if we take away one of those, our senses, sight, for instance, we might accentuate something else. For instance, let's say we wear a blindfold. My chocolate chip might taste all that better with the blindfold on because I'm not looking at it and I'm not scrutinizing it. I'm just really being in my sense of taste. So the blindfold could be fun for that. It could also be fun to accentuate touch. So if there's touch happening and a blindfold happening, you might be able to be really embodied in that touch and feel it and luxuriate in it. Parallel candles. I didn't buy it, it was sent to me. Other ways to kind of play with sight is to role play or wear costumes. So you can look at each other in these fun costumes. So what I have here to symbolize that is a different kind of, not really a blindfold, but whoops, I wear it on my head like that. Kind of have fun, kind of add some spark, add some playfulness to it, right? Sensuality is playful. This doesn't have to be taken so seriously. We don't have to, again, follow a very serious script. We can be playful and we can be lighthearted. So be playful, be lighthearted. I'm gonna keep going down that rabbit hole and move right into touch and sensation because did I do smell? We did a little bit of smell with the candle. Let me do a few more moments of smell. Everyone has a different sense of smell that they like. So for instance, this Palo Santo smell is awesome for clearing a room and creating a healing energy. It's healing, purifying, and cleansing. My husband loves it. He thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. I loathe it. I think this smell is terrible. So I'm just showing this to you as an example of check in with your partner around the smells and make sure they're congruent, because if he lit this, I would not be a happy camper. But some people really like it, so up to you. You gotta go in and smell it. Other things that are fun for smell, some different essential oils. What I do like is this essential oil blend called Five Guards. It's kind of like a clove-ish, licorice-y, kind of smell. I really like that. You can just dab a little bit on your skin. You could dab a little bit in a bowl. If you have an essential oil diffuser, you can put that in your diffuser. This is the time of year to buy some accessories and invest in your relationship and invest in your sensuality so that you can have things like a diffuser, again, to add that ambiance. Okay. Other things that have, well, this is touch. I'm gonna save these for touch. We're gonna come to these other fun things. So we talked about taste, the orange, the chocolate chips, the wine. We talked about sight. We talked about the candles or using a blindfold. We talked about smell, with which essential oils or which candles you light. We talked about sound, for which kind of music you want, and having some sort of speaker. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is touch. So our sensuality and our biggest sex organ is the skin, right? The skin is so important. And it's the biggest sex organ because it goes from head to toe. And we can take full advantage of that. So let me show you a few different ways to think about touch beyond just, I'm gonna touch you, you're gonna touch me, and we're gonna do this. How do we get creative with touch, right? We're getting cozy, we're getting comfortable, it's cold, let's be really creative. So I brought a few different sensory things. Let's start basic. One is this very cool lotion. This can just be a massage lotion, and it's a basic smell. Also, great company, Beso. But what this does, and it's all organic. I love this. I use this on my skin all the time. I'm not trying to market anything. I just literally love this product in terms of my skin and touch, because it feels good and it's clean, organic stuff. Anyway, whatever you choose, honestly, choose whatever you want to choose. But you can choose a massage oil. Did I bring another massage oil? I have a whole, I forgot to bring my massage oils. But you can use lotion or massage oil depending on how slimy you want to get, right? I usually love coconut oil for all kinds of erotic activities, but they also stay in the sheets. So I don't always want coconut oil on my really special rug. So I'm gonna choose a lotion this time because it's my rug, and I'll save the coconut oil for when I put a towel down. So there's lots of ways to think about oils and lotion on your body, on your neck. Remember, the 14 most sensual inches of our body, no, it's not if you are a porn star with huge genitals, is from the neck to the top of the head, right? It's the most sensual section. The neck is so sensual. So you can take your lotion or your oil or your spray, right? And spray the neck, massage it in, massage your partner. If you have a product like I do that's edible, great, then you can kind of kiss and massage at the same time. It's excellent. So those are some suggestions to think about. Other things to think about, from light to hard, we've got some feathers. Adam and Eve sells awesome products. There's a whole like beginner sensory kit. There's one called Forever Tantra and something else. Go shopping if you want. But there's some sensory kits, and it's fun to play with sensation of the feather on the body. And this can be done alone or together. You can play with sensation of, if you have a partner, and little furry handcuffs, right? Furry handcuffs are fun to keep your partner a little locked down and then play with the rest of their body. So that's another option. You can get more, real handcuffs that are metal if you want, depending again on the sensation you want. The metal is going to feel cold, it's going to feel real. Some people like that intensity. Some people are like, oh, too much intensity. I want to dial down the pain, so I'll keep it fuzzy. So up to you on that. Okay. You can also play with, this is a really cool tool. My chiropractor uses this tool to test where there's sensation on the body to see what nerves are alive or not alive. But it's also a cool tool because it has cool sensation and it doesn't hurt. It's just like a little tickle. So it's really interesting to rub your own body or rub your partner's body and kind of take a tour. What parts of your body like this? What parts of your body don't like this? Other fun things, this is a little bit more intense, so we're scaling up in intensity, a little bit of a whip, right? Give it a little smack. This could be a little spanking for the butt. It could be, honestly, this feels good. I have a little bit of carpal tunnel, so I like to massage out my forearms, and this could be fun to kind of do that with. So lots of options in terms of sensation. Lastly, because we can't forget this, are toys, right? Lots of toys to choose from when we think about playing with our partners or playing with ourselves. So this is my small box of toys. These are all Adam and Eve products, and they're awesome. So again, when we come back to sensation, for instance, these are two different butt plugs. And I wanted to show them to you because one is a silicone, and you can stick a little vibrator in it, a little bullet vibe in the silicone butt plug, or you can have glass. These are both size small, and you can buy these beginner kits, and they come in and they scale upward in size. But this can be just room temperature. You could cool it down, you could heat it up, really clean, right? There's nothing porous about this. There's also nothing porous about this. There's no jelly products here. So they have different sensations and qualities to them. They also have flared bases. Important if you're doing anal play, because the last thing we want to do is have the anus eat our toy, because the anus can be hungry and just take things up. So we have the flare base so that things get blocked from going all the way into our body, all the way into the rectum. So that's why these specific toys have a flared base. Don't mix and match your toys. Make sure your butt toys have flared bases. But really cool texture. You're playing with sensation. That's the key here. More glass things, right? This is a glass dildo. Really cool because sensation. Even if you don't put this in your body and you just touch this, very cool. I mean, I think this is art. I'd almost stick this, in my living room and use it as a piece of art because the texture and the temperature of it is very cool. So just something to think about. You don't always have to take a toy and put it in your body or in your genitals. You can appreciate it for its texture and its temperature and just the visual of it, right? That's really fun in my opinion to consider it that way. And then you can keep it in a soft bag. Here's another texture to consider. Velvet. This is, I don't know if you can tell, this is a velvet bag. I like velvet. It's another texture to play with, another texture to just kind of feel into and allow yourself to access more of that sensuality. That's the name of the game. We're accessing our sensuality so that we can just play with our senses and ourselves and our partners with no expectation except pleasure, right? Name of the game. A few other fun toys. Let's see, this is sort of a rabbit modification. Also kind of a cool material. Also a cool color. I'm a big fan of hot pink. Again, visual, lots of fun. All of my screens have hot pink on it. I just like hot pink. Just some more toys. Here is another anal toy with beads and vibrations. Also really soft. So, giving you a little tour of things. Here's a more slender anal toy from them. And the clitoral toy. I forgot to pull my bag of male toys, so I am sorry that I don't have masturbation sleeves, but they do sell those, and that's fun, right? So we're talking about sensation. Whether we're talking about sensation on our neck, on our face, on our hands, hand caress is a great exercise for building intimacy. It's a really safe exercise for building intimacy, and it's a very overlooked exercise for building intimacy. You could take a cream, do a hand caress exercise, and have a really fun, intimate night. Or you could take some of these toys I showed you and have sensory experiences of the genitals. Or you could do both, right? There's no right or wrong to this. My invitation as we end this session is to think about your little nest. So if you're just coming, here's the rug, right? I have this circular rug here, and I have all my fun products. I have my candles, and I have my wine, and I have this beautiful leaf with my orange and my chocolate chips. I'm a big dark chocolate fan. Fun things, right? You want to make your cozy nest fun. Sensuality should be fun and playful. So as you think about the winter and keeping intimacy alive, cultivating your sensuality means cultivating your sexuality. So here we are. Let's winterize your relationship. Please stay tuned to our channel. We have Savvy Sex in 60 Seconds about once a week, where we have educational videos to teach you little nuggets of information around sexual health and education. And we have this deeper episode, which is our 30-minute conversation, about twice a month, where we drop in and chat more deeply and more thoroughly about the topic of the month. Thanks for watching. If you are catching us after the fact, after it's live, please know that you can still ask your questions to the Adam and Eve team, and we will try to get them answered. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.